I mean, there's lots of types of investors, and different types of investors are right for you at different points in the ecosystem of your company. So there's angel investors, there's VCs, there's institutional investors, and you kind of want to, each one comes with pros and cons. Early on, until you have a certain amount of traction, going to a VC usually doesn't make much sense. And going to an institutional investor, unless you have some sort of pre-existing relationship there, also winds up being really hard. Once you've had a relationship, so I mean, one of our investors is McGraw-Hill. We got that because they're one of the biggest education companies in the world. We pitched them with the BizDev idea. We originally kind of found them on LinkedIn and said, hey, we'd love to work with you. We'd love to do this with you. Completed that project, and it wound up going really well. And then at a certain point, we said, look, we're looking to raise a little bit of capital to do X. Do you have any interest in getting involved there? And because we had a relationship and they'd worked with us and they saw what we were capable of, it was a pretty kind of quick and easy decision on their part, and we've had a great partnership ever since. Earlier on, I mean, angel investment is... VCs get lots and lots of pitches. And the things that VCs bring to the table is a lot of knowledge and expertise and networks, and they can help you grow your business because they have all that knowledge. There's a lot, an angel investor is basically anyone with capital who's looking to invest. And there's a lot of people with capital. There's a lot of people in the finance industry. There's a lot of people in, I mean, if you kind of get creative and then try to figure out where are the industries and who are the people that have money that might be willing to invest in an online product, it's a much broader base than people think, and it's a much broader base than people usually go after. The downside there is that it's often money that doesn't necessarily come with the knowledge of your industry or knowledge of the product that you're trying to build. So they can't always help you build the business you're looking to build. They might not always know what... You might be succeeding, but they might not see it because they don't necessarily know kind of the non-obvious benchmarks. They're focused on the wrong things because this isn't what they do all the time. So there's upsides and downsides to that. So in terms of suggestions on how to get them, I think you have to figure out where are you looking to get investment dollars. Is it friends and family? Is it investors that you haven't met before? Is it institutional? Is it VC? Convertible loans? And then within that, once you've kind of picked your ecosystem and picked it for very specific reasons, figure out what qualities are important for you to have in an investor. And how much money you want from them and what the usage of that capital is. I mean, this also goes back to having a business plan. Mapping out, this is exactly, when you go to an investor, you want to know exactly how much money you want to raise, exactly how you're going to spend that money, at what point you're going to raise more money, and how much more money are you going to raise. Like, you really want to be able to go to them with the full story of the life of your website from now until a time when it's very successful. Knowing in your head that a lot of things may change, but here's the story as you see it today. And when you go to them also, in a lot of cases, having a valuation in mind, because they're not just going to give you money. They want a part of your company in return for that money. And what part of their company they're going to get is relative to the valuation of your company. So you could say, look, I believe that my company is worth, and I mean, valuation is kind of a tricky thing because it's determined by, it's kind of your company is worth what someone will pay for it. So you go into a conversation, it's often helpful going into the conversation saying, this is the valuation that I believe my company has, and seeing, can you convince an investor that that's actually what they should invest, the valuation they should invest at. But yeah, you could go in and say, I believe my company is worth $1 million. So I'm looking to raise $100,000, and that means I'll sell you 10% of the company for $100,000. And they may say, no, actually, I believe your company is worth $100,000, and I'll give you $10,000 for 10% of the company. But kind of knowing your investors, knowing your valuation, knowing how much money you're asking, and what you'd like to give for it, and knowing kind of a minimum in your head. I will not take investment if they take more than X% of my company. You kind of have to juggle all those factors before you go out there.